Less Taken contains content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listeners' discretion is advised.
Less Taken.
They're strong. I hate my family. I hate my children. They are weak. I am strong. You are weak. I am strong.
Ginger holds a cross directly in front of her brother's face as he continues to spout profanities and rattle off prophetic nonsense. With a look of panic painted thick across her face, Ginger continues to pray for her brother Ray. Meanwhile, her father Raymond slides a tape recorder across the living room coffee table. Raymond can't believe what he's seeing or hearing. What's this now about having 7 children and hating them all because he's strong and they are weak? What is this gibberish? Ginger and Raymond record the conversation as Ray's eyes continue to roll back, and he informs his family.
I've been alive for centuries. I am wise. I am strong. My 7 children are weak. My family is weak. But I am so very, very strong.
No matter how turbulent things become, Ginger continues to pray, each time a little bit louder. Ray convulses in his seat, jolting upright and then slumping backward, over and over, until suddenly, it all stops. Ray nearly melts into the sofa as his family stares at him wide-eyed. He sees their astonishment, but he doesn't remember a thing. They ask why he thought he had 7 children and why he felt everyone was weak, but he looks back at them as though they are the ones losing their minds.
Show him,
Raymond tells Ginger. Ginger hits play on the tape recorder, and Ray reacts as though he's hearing the words for the very first time. None of this makes a ton of sense to Ray, but he does confess something strange happened when he went alone to Summerwind, hoping to do some yard work. He speaks of the failing lawnmower and the stalling chainsaw. He mentions the eerie gust coming from the 2nd story. Then, he provides a detail he hasn't dared to share with anyone else. Until now. A piercing gust travels down the staircase and whips through the halls of Summerwind. Perplexed, Ray stops what he's doing and makes his way up to the 2nd story of the old mansion. It's dead silent, but he can feel air circulating around upstairs. However, he can't figure out where it's coming from. That's when he sees the large pile of dust pick up from the floor and swirl around until it takes the shape of a man. This man clearly from a bygone era. Before Ray can say anything, the dusty silhouette races down the hallway and shows no sign of stopping. Ray jumps out of the way at the very last second, but he swears something chilling passed through his torso. He looks around. It's only him in the hallway. Just as Ray begins to recompose himself, he hears 2 loud gunshots rumble beneath his feet. Instinctively, Ray darts through the 2nd story hallway and rushes down the stairs. He keeps running until he reaches the kitchen, where he's hit with the overwhelming stench of fresh gunpowder. Again, it's just him, alone, inside of the to-be Summerwind Hotel. But he knows he heard the sound of gunfire coming from the kitchen, so he searches around, beginning to wonder if maybe the house is driving him mad. When he turns around to face the basement door, Ray wonders if perhaps the sound didn't actually come from the kitchen. Maybe it came from downstairs. Ray reaches for the doorknob when he notices a small hole in the wood just above his forehead. He steps back and realizes there's a second, identical hole running through the door just a few inches away. There's no doubt in his mind that he's staring at two bullet holes. Did someone just try to shoot him? Ray traces his fingers over the holes. Despite the noticeable gunpowder scent in the kitchen, the damage appears to be quite old. Although he's curious about his discovery, Ray's had enough of Summerwind for one night. Unfortunately, returning home isn't going to be so easy. Thank you for checking out this preview of Summerwind Part 3, the third story from Less Taken Season 3. If you haven't checked out Parts 1 and 2 of Summerwind, it's highly recommended that you do so before next Wednesday when the full episode drops. Next week, we conclude the haunting stories of the Lamont Mansion / Summerwind Hotel, briefly review paranormal criticisms, and explore the eventual demise of the once elegant estate. Be sure to let us know what you think of the show by leaving a fair rating and review wherever you're listening. Show your support for Less Taken by subscribing with auto downloads on and telling a friend. It all truly helps. You can also leave reviews at our official website, lesstakenpod.com. There you can save 15% on Less Taken t-shirts by using the code SUMMERWIND at checkout. Follow us before we follow you on Facebook and Instagram under the handle at lesstakenpod for additional media, content, and early previews. And you can also write to us for lesstakenpod@gmail.com. A quick note on our storytelling. While we do our best to stick to the facts, we sometimes take creative liberties to maintain narrative cohesiveness. I'm CM Humphreys, and this is Less Taken, real-life horror stories from the Midwest.
Chase County,